Okay, guys, so yesterday we read our story, The Trial of Cardigan Jones. So we had 10 questions to answer for homework as always. Let's have a look at those. Number one, why did the animals not know what Cardigan was up to in the beginning of the story? He was a moose, he was new in town, he was mean to people, or he was always in trouble. What do you think? Ryan.
I think because he's new in town.
Absolutely. Well done, Ryan. So we can draw a conclusion that because he was new in town, people didn't really know what he was up to. So even though the author doesn't state this, we can draw some conclusions. There's a new moose in town. Nobody knows who he is. He's acting kind of suspiciously to other people. He's smelling a pie. He's walking up to someone's window. So people are suspicious of him. Number two, can you go ahead and read all of that for me, Sa?
What did Cardigan do to make everyone that he stole a pie? He said he loved pies. He had taken other pies. He took a bite out of the pie. He stopped to smell the pie.
Good job. Well done, Sup. Okay, click the raise your hand button if you know the answer. Banshee.
He stopped to smell the pie.
Good girl. Well done. Poor old Cardigan Jones loves pie, so he stopped to smell the delicious pie. So on page 53, we find that he stops to smell the pie, and this makes people suspicious and think that he has done this horrible and ghastly crime. Number three, can you read for me, please? Okay, Dami, go ahead.
Why did the police arrest Cardigan? A. He tried to run away. B. They saw him steal the pie. C. They did what the judge said. D. They thought he stole the pie.
Good job. Hands up. Click the raise your hand button. What do you think? Why did the police arrest Cardigan? Kaki, go ahead.
D. They thought he stole the pie.
Good job. The reason that they arrested him is because they thought he stole the pie. There was some evidence to suggest that he had some pie crust on his shirt, and Mrs. Brown had called the police and mentioned seeing a moose. So there was some evidence against him that seemed or suggested that he stole the pie. Okay, next, can you read for me, please? Katie, this whole question.
Which word helps you imagine the sound of the statue when it fell? Bumped. G. Crashing. H. Sent. I. Turned.
Good girl, well done. Okay, so sometimes authors use sound words in their writing to help you understand or help you imagine the sound of a word. So what word helps you imagine the sound when the statue fell over? Poor old Cardigan Jones and his big old clumsy antlers knocked over a statue. Which of these words helps you understand the sound that was made? Mooney?
Crashing.
Good girl. The answer is crashing. So the author uses the word crashing on page 59 to help you understand the sound of that statue falling. Well done. Okay, number 5. Jenny.
Which word from the story does the author use to show that Cardigan is upset during the drill? A. Crossing. B.
Crossed. Good.
B. Grab.
Good.
G. Shout.
Shouted.
Shouted. D.
Walked.
Walk.
Good job, Jenny. Thanks for reading. Okay, click the raise your hand button. Kitty, what do you think?
It is shouted.
Good job. Well done. The answer here is shouted. Cardigan Jones starts shouting in the court saying, I didn't do it. I swear I didn't do it. He's insisting that he did not steal the pie when he's got so many other animals pointing fingers at him saying, he did it. He's the one. His face was in the pie. So Cardigan Jones is getting a bit upset and a little bit worked up because so many people are accusing him of a horrible crime that he really didn't commit. Number 6. So, which word did the judge use to talk or describe, to talk about or to describe Cardigan's huge, clumsy antlers? Ruby, can you tell me this one, please?
Giant.
Good girl, well done. The answer is giant. The judge uses the word giant to talk about his antlers. Well done, his clumsy antlers. Number 7. Okay, click the raise your hand button. What is the answer for this one? Which word helps you imagine how the pie looked when it was in the bushes? Nuna, can you tell me, please?
Smushed.
Good girl. The answer is smushed. This is one of my favorite words. I love this word smushed. When I see this word smushed, I imagine something everywhere. I imagine a huge mess. So when I read this story and I saw the word smushed, I imagined the pie, bits of apple pie, bits of crust all over the bushes. Well done. Okay, number 8. Can you read number 8 for me, please? Ming Ang.
8. What will the animal properly do the next time there is a trial? F. Bake enough pies for everyone. G. Listen to all the facts in the case. H. Think the person is on trial is guilty. I. Have the police set the person free.
Good job, well done. Lovely reading, Ming Ang. And to students answering in the chat box, good on you, well done. Okay, can you answer this one for me? Bo, go ahead.
The answer is G. Listen to all the facts in the case.
Good boy, well done. The answer is G. The next time someone is on trial, I hope the animals will have learned their lesson and will listen to all the facts in the case before they start accusing another animal of doing something wrong. Well done to you guys answering in the chat box again. Okay, and what is the answer here? Which word best describes the judge? Okay, Nancy, can you tell me the answer?
Yes. Fair.
Good girl, well done. The answer is A, fair. The judge is a fair character. We spoke about this yesterday. The judge is hearing all the accusations, but each time someone accuses Cardigan Jones, the judge is saying, hey, wait, we don't know all the evidence. We don't have any proof. Let's just hold on for a minute and hear all the evidence. Good girl, Nancy. Number 10. Okay, guys, what is the answer for this one? Tell me, Cherry.
They wanted to let Cardigan go free.
Good girl, well done. At the end of the story, the author does not tell us that they wanted to let Cardigan go free, but she does tell us other things that, the author is a he does tell us other things that can lead us to draw a conclusion that they want to let Cardigan go free. They say that they're sorry, they felt rotten, they felt terrible about accusing him, and they threw a party for Cardigan Jones. So we know that they are apologetic and that they want to let Cardigan go free. Good job on your homeworks, guys. Okay, so today we're looking at conclusions and inferences. Conclusions and inferences mean the same thing. Can you go ahead and read the first bullet point for me, Nancy?
A conclusion is a smart guess about something the author does not say directly.
Good girl. Kaki, can you read the second bullet point for me?
Readers can use clues that they find in words or pictures to draw a conclusion about a character's setting or plot of the story.
Lovely reading. Thanks, Kaki. Good girl. Okay, so a conclusion is a smart guess about something the author does not say directly. You can use clues from words or from pictures to draw the conclusion about characters, about the setting, or about the events that happen in the story. This is the last page in our book, The Trial of Cardigan Jones. And yesterday we talked about how it said in the book, Mrs. Brown even baked Cardigan his own pie, even though her vase was broken, or he broke her favorite vase. Now, it doesn't tell us how he broke the vase, but yesterday we all drew the same conclusion and we all were able to say we believe that he broke it with his antlers. The reason we were able to draw that conclusion was because we took clues from the text. We know that in this story, from the beginning, Cardigan has had some problems with his giant antlers. He's knocked over a pie, he knocked over a statue, he even hit the judge. So from those three clues, I can draw a conclusion and say, I think Cardigan Jones broke the vase by knocking into them with his big antlers. So conclusions are things that we can draw from using pictures or from using words. Have a look. Where is he going? To play in the snow? To school, swimming, or to the beach? What do you think? Everyone go to the chat box now and type in your answer. Ruby, can you tell everybody your answer, please?
He is going to school.
Correct. Ruby, how did you know that this boy is going to school?
He is going to school because he wear the clothes that when he go to school he wear.
Good job. Well done. He's wearing a school uniform. So that's what we call this. So for example, you guys all have yellow polo shirts and you have navy jackets that say Everest on them. And on Mondays, you often wear a white shirt that says Everest. This is your school uniform. So he's not going to play in the snow because he's not wearing lots of warm clothes. He's not going swimming or to the beach because he's not wearing swimming trunks. So he must be going to school. We have drawn a conclusion about where he is going just based on what he's wearing. Good job. Okay, guys, so we're going to play a little game now. I would like you guys, I'm going to divide you guys into boys and girls. So there are going to be some questions that come up that are similar to this. Where is he going? And you have to circle what you think is the correct answer. The first student to correctly circle the right answer will win a point for their team. Cherry and Ryan, are you ready? All right, here we go, guys. 1, 2, 3. Where are they going? To school? To play in the snow?
To the beach.
Good job. Oh, Ryan, you had to circle the answer. Well done, Cherry. You were first and you are correct. They are going to the beach. Cherry, how do you know that they're going to the beach?
Because they wear cool skirt and have a sandbox.
Good job. Well done. They've got sand boxes and spades, so they're going to make sand castles, or it looks like that way. They've got a beach ball. They've got sun hats and sunglasses. They look like they're dressed to go to the beach. Okay, next. Who wants to play next? Click the raise your hand button. Simon and Vicky, are you ready? Yeah, okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Where is she going? Okay, so well done. Vicky got in there first. Vicky, to play in the snow. Good girl. Vicky, how do you know, or why did you draw the conclusion that this lady is playing in the snow?
Because she has warm clothes
And
warm boots and hat.
Good girl, well done. Because of the clothes she's wearing, we can draw a conclusion to say she's going to play in the snow. She's got a hat, gloves, boots, a scarf, and a big jacket on. Well done. Okay, Kaki, Bo, you're playing next. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Furry, has a tail, barks. What's in the box? Good job, Bo. Well done. Bo, you got it right. There is a dog in this box. Bo, how did you draw a conclusion to know that a dog was in the box?
The cat can bark, the squirrel can't bark, so only the dog can bark.
Good job. So we can draw the conclusion that something that is furry, has a tail, and barks is a dog. Awesome work. Okay, next. Kuhn and Nuna, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Swims, has feathers, quacks. What's in the box? Good boy, Kuhn. Well done. Awesome work. So Kuhn got in just a little bit before. How can you tell that there is a duck in this box and not a penguin or a fish?
Because in the paper said it can swim and it has and it quacks, so the duck eat when it quacks.
Good job. The duck is the only animal here that can quack. So well done. You made the correct conclusion. Okay, another game. Nancy and Fred, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, here we go. What's in the box? Big, swims, has sharp teeth. Oh, very good. Okay, I'm going to have to give that one to Fred, only because Nancy's is also going over the octopus, but I know what you were trying to circle there. Okay, Fred, tell me why you circled the shark.
Because the shark swims and has sharp teeth.
Good job. Well done. The shark is big, it swims, and it has sharp teeth. A lion is big, but it doesn't really swim and it does have sharp teeth. An octopus swims and it's big, but it doesn't have sharp teeth. Awesome work. Okay, guys, we are currently on 3 points for the team, 3 points for the boys team, and 2 for the girls team. So come on, let's go, girls. Let's have another round. This time I would like Ruby and I would like Sop. Ruby and Sop, are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. What's in the box? Furry, has whiskers, has 2 long ears. Oh, very good. That one was Ruby first, but Sop, you were just a second behind. Good job. Ruby, tell me why you drew the conclusion of a rabbit.
I draw the conclusion of the rabbit because the rabbit is furry. It has whiskers and it has 2 long ears.
Good job. So a gerbil only has short ears, and a hamster also only has short ears. So this clue is giving it away. Good job. Okay, guys, that means boys and girls, you're on 3 and 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this the last game, and whoever wins this one is the winning team. Okay, so Dami and Ming Ang, you'll play. 1, 2, 3. Long, has no legs, hisses. Oh, very good. Ming Ang was fastest. Well done, Ming Ang. Good girl. Dami, you got the answer right, but Ming Ang was just a second in front of you. Ming Ang, please tell me, why did you draw the conclusion of circling a snake for this one?
Because the snake is long, it has no legs, and it can hisses.
It can hiss. Good girl. So a worm and a caterpillar do not hiss. They don't make that noise. That means, girls, you are the winner. Girls, can I get a woohoo? Oops. Woohoo.
It's a draw. And you got me.
Good job. Well done. Awesome work, guys. Okay, guys. So I want to talk about drawing conclusions, but bringing it back to the trial of Cardigan Jones. What we call this is an inference map. An inference map shows details from the story, and then you add all these details together and you draw your conclusion. So have a look here. Can you read these sentences? Halling.
An inference map can help readers use clues to come to conclusions to better understand the story. Readers can then use these story details to draw conclusions or determine something the author didn't state in the story.
Lovely reading, good girl. So an inference map can help you guys use clues to come to conclusions to better understand the story. So you can take story clues from the book and then draw your conclusions by adding these clues up together. Have a look at this question that we're going to answer today. Bo, read it for me.
Why did Mrs. Brown call the police and mention seeing a moose?
Good job. Okay, guys, so I don't want you to answer this question. What we're going to do is we're going to find story clues from the text and then make a conclusion. The author does not tell us why Mrs. Brown calls the police. The author does not tell us why she mentions seeing a moose. So what I want to do is I want us to go through the story and think about the story clues and add them together. So we're going to look and read the first 3 pages here. I'll read them to you. Cardigan walked by Mrs. Brown's house just as she was putting a fresh baked apple pie in her window. Cardigan loved pies. He walked over and smelled the pie. A neighbor next door saw him, and a milkman driving by saw him too. Cardigan was new in town, and they weren't sure what he was up to. A moment later, Mrs. Brown came back to the window and the pie was gone. She was so upset, she called the police. She told them that she'd seen a moose just a few minutes before, so they drove around the block and stopped Cardigan. So, from these 3 pages, what are some clues that you can take from the story to draw a conclusion to answer the question, why did Mrs. Brown call the police and mention seeing a moose? Let's go back to our inference map and work through this together. What do we think? What are some details from the story that can help us draw a conclusion as to why she called the police? I'm going to go with Katie first.
Because a few minutes back, Mrs. Brown saw Cardigan.
A few minutes back, Mrs. Brown saw Cardigan. Good girl, well done. So let's add that to our inference map. Mrs. Brown sees a moose. Good girl, Katie. That's one detail we can add to our inference map. That's one clue that will help us draw this conclusion. Okay, any other details or clues that help us understand why Mrs. Brown called the police and mentioned seeing a moose? Ryan, what do you think?
A moment later, Miss Brown came back to the window and the pie was gone.
Amazing. Good job. That's a really important detail that we need to add in. Mrs. Brown's pie disappears. So she sees a moose that she's never seen before because Cardigan is new in town. So she sees a moose that she's never seen before. A moment later, when she goes to check on her pie, it's gone. It's disappeared. So that's already seeming a bit suspicious. Good job, Ryan. Any other details as to why Mrs. Brown called the police and mentioned seeing a moose? Bo?
I think because Cardigan is new in the town.
Good job. Well done, Bo. The moose is new in town, so nobody knows him. So they're suspicious of what he might be able to do. Good job. Okay, guys, so here are my details. The question is, why did Mrs. Brown call the police and mention seeing a moose? Our details to help us draw a conclusion is that Mrs. Brown sees a moose, her pie disappears, the moose in town is new and nobody knows him. So, from these 3 clues, what conclusion can we draw? Let's answer the question. Why did Mrs. Brown call the police and mention seeing a moose? From these 3 clues, what conclusion can we draw about Mrs. Brown? What do you think Mrs. Brown thought? Let's go for Katie.
She thought Cardigan Jones stole her pie.
Good girl, Katie. The author does not tell us Mrs. Brown went back to the window and thought the moose stole her pie. The author does not tell us that. We have used our own information from the text. We've used information from the text and we have used our own knowledge to draw this conclusion. We think that Mrs. Brown thinks the moose stole her pie. Awesome work. Really good job, guys. Okay, the last thing we're going to do today is this. Have a look. Okay, Mooney, I haven't heard much from you today. Can you read this whole paragraph for me?
Tina's heart was beating fast and her tummy was in knot. She looked at the clock. It was only 1 minute later than when she had last looked at it for the
100th
time. She peered out the window and looked both ways down the street. There was no sign of anyone. She let the curtain fall back down and turned away,
sighing
loudly. Just then the letterbox clattered and Tina
squealed.
It was here.
Lovely reading. Thanks, Mooney. Okay, so we've just read about a little girl, and she seems to be a bit nervous and she seems to be waiting for something. She seems to be very anxious and eager to get whatever it is that she's waiting for. What was it that Tina was waiting for? A telephone call, the post, or someone to come to the door? What do you think? Vanchi?
The pause.
Good girl, well done. She was, in fact, waiting for the post. Okay, Nancy, can you give me one clue that let you know that Tina was waiting for the post?
Read the sentence. For the 100th time she peered out the window and looked both ways down the street. There was no sign of anyone.
Okay, and how does this help you know she was waiting for the post?
Because if it says the 100th time she peered out the window and looked both ways down the street, she is wanting something from outside. And the last sentence, just then the letterbox clattered and Tina squealed. It means she is really wanting the letter to go to her.
Good job, well done. Nancy, there we go. Okay, so some of the clues in the text are this. For the 100th time, she peered out the window and looked both ways down the street. There was no sign of anyone. So this first clue lets me know that she's looking for someone. So she's not looking for a phone call, but it could mean that she's looking for a visitor or someone to come to the door. However, the second clue that says, just then, the letterbox clattered and Tina squealed. It was here. Lets me know that she's been waiting for a letter or the post. The post comes through your letterbox on the door. So when something came through the letterbox and she screamed, it lets me know that's what she was looking for. Good job. Well done. Okay, last one. This is the last thing we'll do today. How was Tina feeling? Nervous, happy, or bored? What do you think, Dami? How was she feeling?
She is feeling anxious because scared that nobody would give her the mail.
Good job. So would we say nervous, happy, or bored?
Nervous.
Nervous. Good job, Dami. Awesome work. She's feeling nervous. Okay, I'm going to lower your hands. Who can tell me what are some clues in the text that help you understand that Tina is feeling nervous? Let's go for Vanchi.
I know it because I read in the text, and the text says Tina's heart was beating fast and her tummy was in knots.
Good girl. Tina's heart was beating fast and her tummy was in knots. So if you've ever been scared or nervous about something, you'll probably notice that your heart beats a little bit faster. Also, if the saying here is her tummy was in knots, it's similar to the saying she had butterflies. So her tummy's feeling a little bit twisty and turvy because she's so nervous. Well done, Vanchi. Are there any other clues in this text to let me know or let you know that she's feeling nervous? Okay, Kaki, go ahead.
For the 100th time, she peered out the window and looked both ways down the street. There was no sign of anyone.
Very good, well done. So it says here, for the 100th time, she peered out the window. So that lets me know that she keeps checking. She's looked out the window 100 times. So that lets me know she's nervous about something. If you didn't care, you would be on your phone playing a video game. You wouldn't keep looking out the window. Any other clues? So she's looking at the window. She's also looking at something else. What else is she looking at? Katie?
The clock.
Good girl. She keeps looking at the clock and it says it was only 1 minute later than when she had last looked at it. So it means that she keeps looking at the clock and time isn't going very quickly for her. So the fact that she keeps looking at the clock also tells me that she is nervous. So let's draw on my screen. One more clue that I can think of and that I can see that shows me she's nervous. What did she do when she finally got the post in the letterbox? Did she say, oh, okay, good, and throw it on the sofa? No. What did she do with it? Sup?
Tina squealed.
Good job. Tina squealed. So the word squealed is another way to say screamed. So when she got the letter, she went, ee! She screamed. She's a bit nervous, maybe she's a bit excited, but clearly she's been waiting in anticipation for this letter. Good job, guys. Really good work today. That brings us to the end of our lesson. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you your homework. Your homework is exactly what we just did. Have a look. So you're going to do this worksheet by yourself on Google Form. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful day. Speak to you then. Bye-bye.